Were the traders given enough notice that they should quit the market before the demolition?
Definitely, yes. The matter of that demolition, government served notice to the traders 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Obviously, over 2 years ago. Several meetings were held, discussions were held, but instead of the traders hearkening to the call by the governor for reason, decided, not the traders, sorry, some cities, some people who say they are from Owerri and Chise, and they say they are the original owners of that property.
Okay.
Over 200 years ago. The small place, original small place, not all this you see today. And they went to court, not the traders. Not the traders, please note. And a lot of things have happened since then. And the government is saying that the Land Use Act is very clear on the ownership of and use, land use. The Land Use Act is very clear on it. Every urban land is domiciled with the governor of the state.
All right, but I want to understand, what is the reason for the demolition? Because I understand the governor said this is the best thing to ever happen for the people in Imo State. What is the reason behind the demolition?
Okay, let me just give you a little history. That market started as a very, roadside market.
Yes.
Has expanded to 3 streets. Okwere Street, Ekonwa Street, and one other street.
So originally that place was not a market?
It was not a market the way it is. Even where government demolished, this plaza, as you see, was originally supposed to be a motor park. The market started expanding till, as we speak today, it covers over 12 streets. When a trailer comes in there to offload, everything stops around that area.
But should that be the case? What about the government authorities? Couldn't there have been a way to, check against, markets expanding into streets before waiting to get to this point of outright demolition?
Well, before His Excellency came on board in 2011, there had been governors, Ajiku Denwa, Governor Eke Ukwu, who wanted to demolish those markets. But of course, people, and there are a lot of protests and a lot of things, some people. And this is the first time a governor is using, a man with character, political will to do what is right for the people.
But the people are crying, really.
So
there must be something in the market.
No. You had the real traders. The traders are saying they want to move from this place. The governor, since he became governor, has developed a lot of roads around Owerri in pursuit of his urban renewal program. If you go to Douglas Road in Owerri, you will never dare get into that street because people trade even on the main road. In the Eke Ukwu market that we're talking about, government roads that were tarred, as from what you can see, people built stores at the middle of the road.
I also heard the governor in the clip we showed earlier talking about security.
No, of course.
How germane was the issue of security?
Well, people know in Owerri, people who really live in Owerri know that a lot of rape activities go on there, robbery go on there, even security issues, security of lives and properties. If you don't have access to get into a market, if there is any fire incident, how does the fire service get into that location? So there were so many issues there. Today people can drive to their houses. Before now you can't drive to your house, you can't drive around to your house. So this is the best thing that the government has done. That market started as a very little, tiny community market and has expanded into over 12 streets. It's not acceptable. Nobody. The governor says he wants to do urban renewal, and he's doing it. Okay. And he's doing it across the states.
There were allegations, really, that some individual buildings were also demolished along the line. There wasn't just the market alone. Some houses were demolished. There's some kind of personal vendetta is what we were seeing. Is that the case?
No. Of course, our people. When people build, they build projections outside. When those projections come, they constitute a nuisance. People trade on the road. Some of these houses do not have building plan approval. What was demolished was the old motor park. Even as I speak to you today, some people are at that old original Eke Ukwu market.
Okay.
The motor park is where people came and started building without any approval.
All right. In as much as the governor is trying to make the state, better for the people, some of the traders, or some will be concerned about the affordability of these new shops. Is it really accessible to the low-income traders?
Are there new shops, really? Maybe we should start from there.
Yes, please, they are. The government before now has been saying, a relief market was built by Ahmadi Ikwechi government. They've also improved on by this government. Please, these traders moved to relief market. They say no. He built 2 markets at Naze, ultra-modern markets. He's built the Ohi Amakohia market. Cumulatively have between 11,000 and 20,000 shops. They are very affordable. That's why, if you listen to him, he said, we're going to do palliatives. Move in. 3 months don't pay. Then you begin to pay rent.
3 months don't pay. So the shops are free for 3 months.
For 3 months, after which you can now be paying even monthly.
But some of them are complaining about a lack of inroad to those markets. Is that correct?
Not all the markets. The Naze market is more tolerable. The 1 or 2 Amakohi is more tolerable. The relief market is more tolerable.
So which is not more tolerable?
They are more tolerable. What they might be talking about is they are not tarred roads into those markets.
But you know what that means? If you have to bring in your goods, you have to pay more when the roads are not tarred.
My sister,
the transporters will probably charge you more.
No. We get roads leading to the market are tarred. We're taking of the internal roads in the market. The internal roads in the market. And government has said we are going to tar these roads as soon as the rains are over.
All right. Yes. Now you mentioned that there's a part of the market there was a motor park that has been demolished.
Yes.
Tell us what exactly your government plans to do there.
We want to do. The government has told them in clear terms, even before now, that place. In any case, the Eke Ukwu market in contention is the property of the Owerri Municipal Council.
You rightly stated that earlier. So
yes, and then the government revoked it and said they want to do an ultra-modern school there. The governor likes education a lot. He wants to do a model school like he has built all across Owerri.
So that is on the motor park?
Yes, that place, the major place that demolition took place, is formerly a motor park, over 10 plots of land. He says, I want to give children around this neighborhood an ultra-modern school.
But is there a shortage of ultra-modern school in Owerri? Is that the case?
It can never be enough. It can never be enough.
All right, so talking about children and school, there was a report of a 10-year-old who died in the process of demolition in the market, shot allegedly by the security officers who came into the market that day. How true is that?
That is neither here nor there. The demolition you just showed to the viewers took place around Douglas, Eke Ukwu area. The boy purportedly was shot at Umbise Road, almost 5 kilometers away from the scene of this accident. And that's why the governor has said, listen, as a state, we're not unmindful. Of course, human life is sacred. Why we apologize to why we condole with the family of so the young man, Ibauchi, that died, lost his life. It has nothing to do with government.
But can you absorb the government? Can you absorb the government completely? Could it have been as a result of a pandemonium around that area?
There was a security council meeting yesterday, and they had all the service chiefs, and there was a resolution. My sister, the governor has called for an investigation into the remote and immediate cause of the death of that young man. He has also said that a post-mortem examination will be carried out, an autopsy. And he has invited people to nominate pathologists who will carry out that post-mortem examination to actually determine the remote and immediate cause of the death of that young man.
If the government was found culpable, what do you think will happen to the family of the child?
They'll be compensated. There is a policy. Government has a process and a program. But I can tell you that government is not culpable in this system because there's no nexus. Wow. There's no nexus. Now, listen. Unfortunately, some elements, for 2019 election, people like painting pictures of things they are not very sure of because of it. They want to take advantage of every situation. They told you that over 10 people died. They reduced it to over 6 people, over 4 people.
So you claim
over
this is politics as well?
Yeah, big time politics.
All right, let's leave it at that for now because of more insights into the matter. Thanks a lot, Special Assistant, Lagos Liaison Officer for Imo State, Steve Asimobi.
Asimobi.
So sorry about that.
Many thanks.
Thank you very much.
You have lovely beads there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.